The Vancouver Canucks sign a Hobey Baker nominee out of the NCAA, and the Canucks continue to shift lines to find the perfect combination going into playoffs. I'll get into this later on this episode, but before I start, I just want to say to thousands of you watching that aren't subscribed, if you're enjoying this Canucks daily content and you never want to miss another episode, make sure to go down, hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be all season long giving you updates from all around the Canucks, from prospects, game recaps, trades, rumors, anything you can think of. Well, with that, let's hop straight into the first topic today, which is Canucks sign NCAA prospect. Now, when you do look at this, Rick Tocchet did tweet out earlier today, season over for the Canucks' fourth round pick from last year, Ty Mueller at Nebraska Omaha. Mueller was a Hobey Baker nominee. Would not surprise me if the Canucks tried and signed him. And then it continued on today per the Vancouver Canucks PR and Patrik Allvin. They announced that the club has agreed to terms on a 3-year entry-level contract with forward Ty Mueller. Now, when you do look at Mueller, he is 21 years old. He's from Canada, from Alberta. He is 201 pounds, 5'11", left-handed shot. He's a forward. Last year, he was drafted in 2023, fourth round pick, 105th overall by the Vancouver Canucks. And when you do actually look at this guy, he is going to be a great piece for the Vancouver Canucks. He has a high motor, he's a great defensive guy, and he does put up a reasonable amount of points. He is a bit of an overager coming out, but he's going to fit perfect on Abbotsford, especially with a team looking for depth to make a deep run in the AHL playoffs. Now, when you do look at the bottom here, it just does give a kind of a breakdown on what you can expect out of Ty Mueller, and it says a real jack-of-all-trades type of player. Mueller brings a little bit of everything to the table. He's a capable two-way forward with a good supporting instinct anyway, away from the puck, mostly sound read with it, and sufficient feet of foot. Now, this guy is going to be a great fit on the Abbotsford Canucks, sorry about that. Like I said, they're going to look to make a deep run. We're seeing guys like Baines get called up. I know Jonathan Leckmacki is there, but he's only going to be there for 2 more weeks. So getting a guy like Mueller in could come in, fill out Leckmacki's spot, and try to make his name in this organization. Like I said, Ty Mueller posted a career high in assists, 15 assists and 26 points, finished third on Omaha. He also finished second on the team with a +9 rating and was a Hobey Baker nominee. He ranked 6th in the NCHC in faceoffs taken and finished with a win percentage of 55%. Like I said, this guy's going to be a jack of all trades. He comes in with some defensive snare to his game. He can still create offense. He can play down the middle. He can play wing if needed. And he was a Hobey Baker nominee. This guy was a great pick for the Canucks in just the 4th round. And he's going to, like I said, try to make an impact through Abbotsford. I don't think we'll see him on the Vancouver Canucks this year, but he's going to be a guy trying to fight out of training camp to make the Canucks team next year. And if not, we're going to see a full season with him with Abbotsford as early as next October. So what's your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think this was a sneaky good signing? Do you think this is just another depth piece? Maybe the Canucks use him in the bottom 6 in the future? And what's your thoughts on the ceiling? Did you watch his game before, or is this just a complete new player to you guys? And let me know down in the comments. But with that, let's hop straight into the second topic today, which is Canucks make line changes. Now, like I said, the Canucks are making line changes, just trying to find the perfect combination going into the game 1 of the playoffs. Saturday Canucks practice lines, you have Dakota Joshua, Miller, Garland, Höglander, Amon, Boeser, Mikheyev, Suter, Lafferty, Podkolzin, Blueger, and Baines. Now, the big thing with this is you're seeing that Elias Pettersson and, of course, Elias Lindholm are not in the lineup. They're saying right now that the second line is having a placeholder at center for Pettersson, who is off on a maintenance day, so he will fill into this second line center. On defense, Hughes, Hronek, Susie Myers, Cole, Juleson, Zadorov, Friedman, and like I said on the bottom, no Pettersson and no Elias Lindholm again. The Canucks are looking to try to get as much offense out of this team as they can. They're making the line changes. They're looking to make changes, and they also made changes to the power play. When you do look at the power play, Dakota Joshua, Garland, Boeser, Miller, Hughes, it's going to be interesting to see if Elias Pettersson does come back, does get into this top power play spot. Maybe a guy like Dakota Joshua, maybe a guy like Connor Garland. One of these guys are being a placeholder right now for him out of the lineup. Then you look at the second unit and you see a guy like Podkolzin, Susie, Höglander, which is awesome to see him on the second power play, Suter, and Hronek. Like I said, this team is looking for anything they can to get a bit more offense out of this team, and Rick Tocchet did speak out on this as well. Rick talking on the power play mentality and the importance of getting away from set plays. We just got to start scoring more off broken plays, I think. If you look at some of the really good power plays in the league, a big percentage of their goals are off broken plays. A lot of their goals are set plays, and I think we got to get more broken play attitude. If there's a shot and your puck goes in the corner, you got to attack. You might have two guys in front. So let's get the puck in front. I think we have the mentality of a set play mentality. So we're a little bit better at trying to get the puck in situations where you got to go. Once again, they're doing everything they can to get into this mindset of changing things up. The playoffs are a different beast. Yes, you might have one of the best defenses in the league. Yes, you might have one of the best offense in the league. But in the playoffs, everything changes. The rule book changes. We all know this. It gets harder to play. Everything gets tighter. You need to break off from plays at times to create more opportunities. Hence why you're seeing maybe a guy like Dakota Joshua really staying on this top power play unit just to get more grittiness, a more net front presence, more to just keep this team just making non-set plays, going in the corners, fighting battles. You need to change things up. Like I said, Elias Pettersson will slide in here. You see the forward group, it is looking fairly similar, but we're seeing changes as well. Boeser with what should be Pettersson and Höglander on the second unit. On the second line, Garland, Miller, Joshua, you're seeing the changes. The Canucks are doing everything they can to change this up. And like Tocchet said, they need to change the mentality. They need to do whatever it takes to win these battles, to get weird plays, to get weird goals. Like I said, the playoffs are different. It's going to be hard to play in. They need to find the perfect lines now and sooner rather than later to make sure these things work. So what's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on the line changes? What's your thoughts on the power play? Where do you think Elias Pettersson slides in? Where do you think Elias Lindholm slides in once he does get back? And what's your thoughts on the NCAA signing with Mueller? But with that, let's hop into everyone's favorite topic today, which is comments of the day. And the comments of the day comes from Evan62, and he says, Lekkerimäki needs to spend at least half a season in the AHL before they consider giving him a shot with the big club. I completely agree with this. We're seeing Lekkerimäki down in the AHL right now. In the first game, he did have a few rough bumps. It is hard to play from the European ice coming over to North America. This guy has played a lot of hockey this year, not only in the SHL, we're seeing him in the AHL, we've seen him in the World Juniors. He's going back over to Sweden for the World Championships. This guy is going to be playing a lot of hockey in the next 12 years. So I think next season, once he does get into the AHL, and like Evan said, he can spend half a season in the AHL. Once he does get his footing back in North American ice again, he'll have training camp, rookie tournaments, prospect tournaments, whatever it might be. We're going to see Lekkerimäki slowly inch his way into this Canucks lineup, which might ultimately be the perfect piece, especially next year when they're going to be spending a lot of cap on a lot of UFAs. So what's your thoughts on all this? Like I said, what's your thoughts on signing Mueller out of the NCAA? What's your thoughts on these line changes? What's your thoughts on Lekkerimäki so far in the AHL? And what's your thoughts on Tocchet's comments? But with that, that'll be it for this episode of Canucks Digest. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go down and leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this episode, then I hope I can convince you next time. And other than that, take care.